What's up, Foxtrotters? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. If you're returning, hello. It's so nice to see you all again. You guys look great. And I am going to skip the intro today. I know, don't worry. It'll be back in the very next video. I just kind of felt compelled to say something else. And that is, call somebody you love today and tell them you love them. Hold the door for somebody today for no reason other than it's the right thing to do. Let somebody over in traffic, because is that 0.023 seconds really going to make or break if you get to work on time? No, it's not. It's a weird world out there, and I understand the climate is prickly. I don't know what it's like outside of America. Well, I do a little bit. I do pay attention to the news, but I mean, things are a little spiky here in America. I don't know how else to put it without getting into detail, which I am not going to do. I am not going to make this channel political, not the intention at all. If anything, my intention here with this channel is to bring people together and to realize that we actually have so much more in common. And I don't know, you guys are magnificent, and I am so excited to bring to you an r/LuLaNo video after that ridiculous little blurb I just gave about being a better person. Now let's go laugh at people wearing really bad clothes. Oh, do as your mother says, not as she does, okay? And this is why none of the clothing ever fits from LuLaNo. Look at the stripe. All you have to do is follow, see where the two red circles are, is if you can see what's going on. You follow the stripes and you can clearly see that the sleeves are attached at different parts of the shirt. As you've all heard me say, I am a dingleberry when it comes to fashion. Okay, I rely on everybody else in my life to help me out with clothes, and even I am like, okay, but the sleeves have to at least be placed on the same part, right? That's why I don't do this stuff, because it requires measurements and time and patience and talent. And when it comes to clothes, I have none of that. But you know what? Neither does LuLaNo. So I think I'm sitting better than they are anyway. Are you sure that this isn't one of those space blankets they have in those emergency kits? Because I'm pretty sure that's what this material is. Either that or wrapping paper. This looks like it would be so uncomfortable. It looks like it would rip. It would show every wrinkle. I mean, you can even see the way it's laid down for the photo on the skirt portion of the dress. You can see all those rankles already. It is wrinkly, super, super wrinkly. And I am not into ironing, so I am not about wrinkles. If clothes wrinkle, I don't buy them. It is not my thing. Okay, go ahead and lecture me all you want. It seems like such a ridiculous chore to spend time ironing, okay? I understand maybe you have a nice outfit that you really care about, but I don't, okay? And then $68 for that, for a space blanket. You can get them free in kits from like your local like fire department. It's really funny. $68 and you two can look like you are going to the moon. I mean, that space is cool. I'm into galaxy stuff. I have a lot of galaxy themed things. You guys have seen my moon rug, but I don't know about this. Maybe for like Halloween, but like $68? No, never mind. Scratch that. Not acceptable.
Got my new comfies. Disregard my mismatched socks. Who has time to match socks?
You know, honestly, I relate to that. If I'm wearing boots or something where you're not going to see my socks, I don't care if they match. If I'm kicking around the house and my feet are just cold and I need to do something about it, I don't care if they match. I do relate to that. But that's about where it ends. Those leggings are awful. I can't tell if it's because the material is terrible or if the pattern is like so pixelated that it makes the material look like that if a stiff breeze blew, it would go straight through those puppies. Maybe both bad material and bad pattern, but it looks, maybe it's my screen, but the way I'm seeing it, it looks like that the pattern is pixelated. Do you guys see that? Let me know down below. Am I seeing things? Either way, it looks awful. I hate it. Excuse me, sir. That might be either the most hilarious or the worst placement ever. If that was done intentionally and that was the goal, well then, brava, it's pretty funny. But like I'm 99.9% sure that that was an accident and they just happened to print it upside down right below the tuchus, and that was a good idea, I suppose. It looks like he's gripping it. Can you imagine what that looks like if you're wearing it? Oh my god, can you imagine like seeing this person in public and like walking behind them and just going, oh, oh, well, hello there. Wow, okay, so I thought the worst thing about this was the pattern, which is awful. It looks like mold spores and or someone like projectile vomited on you, all the above. But then I saw the price. Whoever is selling this is selling it for $105. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks like Poshmark's setup. That kind of looks like their interface. I don't know if it is. But regardless, $105. Excuse me, who do you think you are selling that for $5? My goodness, you could go to any store. You could go to Walmart, you can go to Target, you can go to Fred Meyer's if that's in your area, or you got any of those stores that have clothing, and you know, they tend to run not terribly expensive. You're gonna find something like this for cheaper, much cheaper. Less than $20 probably. I can't fathom the world where there was someone sitting at her computer who was like, yeah, I'm gonna sell this dress for $105. I have a hard time spending $70 on a pair of jeans, okay? Like, who do you think you are? Where are you coming from? What is your demographic here? Who wants a $100 moldy dress? What on earth is going on? This is an insult to all Australians everywhere. Look at this kangaroo pattern. What is wrong with it? It's like they didn't even try. Well, obviously. I don't know why I said it like that. Of course they didn't try. I actually, when I initially looked at this, I thought it was a series of letters or symbols, just because of the way they kind of threw the pattern on there. The legs of the kangaroo interlocks with the other legs of the kangaroos. It just looks like a bunch of weird letters, like when you glance at it. It's very odd. And then the pattern that exists on the kangaroos themselves is even more confusing. It's like I'm going to struggle with this word, Lula-rollerized those kangaroos, because their tail is a different pattern from their body, and their legs are a different pattern from their ears, and I really hate this, and I think kangaroos are really cool, and what the ever-loving hell? Who bought these? No one. That's who. Nobody bought these. Here we are again. What pattern would you like on this shirt? Said the computer, and the person said yes. It looks like there's everything on this one freaking shirt. Look at this, you guys. Look at what they have done. Look at what they have wrought. This matches with nothing and yet everything at the same time, because it has every single color and texture and pattern happening inside that shirt. That is a kaleidoscopic nightmare. I don't even understand. They just probably layered, like, took one pattern, like, oh, we used that one already, so they made it transparent, then added another one on top. Oh, we already used that one too, so they laid another one on top and kept doing it until they had like 10 patterns laid on top of it, and they were like, yeah, okay, we haven't seen that one yet. Pass that one through. Check, it's done. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Stop. Ugh. You can tell the shirt is ill-fitting, and it's probably way too big, but she has it tucked into that skirt. Is that like one of those tube top dresses that they like modify into 20 different outfits? I hope so. I hope it is. Oh, that does not look good. I feel like such an a-hole sitting here. Like, who am I sitting here in my pajama pants and my like workout tank top? I did not work out, by the way. I'm just wearing the tank top. Get over it, okay? Here I am sitting here accusing people of having poor taste. Well, but the point is that I'm not advertising my pajama outfit online and saying, come buy it, right? Okay, so there's a difference. There we go. I went ahead and made myself feel better. That was a close one. I can tell immediately that this cardigan would annoy me instantly if I were to wear it. The way the sequins are attached, you can tell in the picture, you can see that they're like floppy. They're probably only attached at like one point, and it's supposed to make it look, I don't know, like it's moving, I guess, but that's just going to catch on everything. They're going to be moving all over the place. It's never going to look good again. Like after you wear it once, they're going to be all squished up. You're going to crease your little sequin bits. It's just, I don't know. I feel like that's a really good way to make something look super cheap, because let's be real. Sequins are awesome. Glitter is wonderful. And there's a right and a wrong way to do sequins as far as like attaching them to clothing. This would be the wrong way. I don't know the right ones. I just know I just know that they feel and look better. This looks like a mess, and it looks like if I were to feel it, it would feel like a mess. Ooh, and like the parts up around the neck, like if one of those flipped up and started scratching me like under my ear and the back of my neck, like, oh, that made all the hair on the back of my neck stand up. I don't like it. And $60? $60? No. I was walking through Macy's the other day and I saw stuff that wasn't half this expensive that was twice as nice, all right? So get over yourself with your terrible fish line attached sequin cardigan floppy mess. Nonsense, looking like a fishing lure out here. Ma'am? Are you all right? What are you doing? Why are you posed like that? I think she's trying to show she's wearing one of those like romper things. I think, again, hard to tell because she's posing so strangely, but it looks like she's wearing one of those kind of like one-piece romper thingies, and so I think she's trying to show how comfortable it is, how flexible she is able to be while wearing it, I guess. I mean, you know, often when I'm getting dressed for the day, I will whip out this pose randomly against my bedroom wall just to see if what I'm wearing will allow me to move like that if I need to. You know, and I have to say, I'm a bit disappointed. Most clothes don't seem to be prepared for you to move like that. You know, and she's in a public spot. I would just love to be somebody who was just going for a walk and happened to turn down that tunnel randomly to on the middle of their stroll and just saw her standing there posed like that with her heel up against the one wall and just I think she was going for the action shot, but like, girl, you look like a try-hard. Seriously. I could just stare at this and laugh all day. Who poses like this? See, the wild brobots do exist. They are real. There's one right there.
Want to own your own boutique? LuLaRoe has a new way to be your own boss, and we'd love to talk to you about it.
So her and her husband would love to talk to you about LuLaRoe. I'm assuming that this is them pushing that $4.99 special that we keep seeing everywhere, right? I had that in the last couple videos or a few videos ago where we were talking about typically for LuLaRoe onboarding, it's like $2,000 to $5,000, and they've recently changed some things quite drastically. I'm sure there's no reason for that. But they're lowering down the enrollment fee down to $500. Well, $4.99. But I guess it's supposed to be really enticing. You get like over 60 pieces of clothing or something. I don't know. It seems very sketchy to me. And the fact that these random people want to talk to you about you owning your own LuLaRoe boutique, like, nope. No. I'm good. I think I will stick to my regular hamster wheel 9 to 5 loser jobs. But you know, you do you guys. You're doing great. I'm sure you're doing really well. I'm sure this picture is not covering up any issues you may be having from the company. Nope. Okay. Ooh, okay, this reminds me. The reason why I put this one in here, well, on top of it being pretty ugly, I just think it's interesting because the other day I was strolling through the mall. I do not like the mall. I do not like shopping, but hey, there I was. And I went by an Eddie Bauer store, and in the window they had all of these kind of fluffy looking sweaters that kind of look like this, you know, like a zip up sweater. Is that a hoodie? Don't yell at me, okay? I don't understand anything. I'm trying. but they were made out of that really soft material that kind of looks like that. And again, you're gonna laugh at me, but it looks like, for lack of a better term, like teddy bear material. It's kind of like soft and woolly, and I don't know, I felt one of them and they were super soft, and I was just like, wow, I want to get in this and be cozy right now. But as usual, in typical LuLaRoe fashion, they do it all wrong and very cheap. So I guess if you're in the market for a big, cozy, comfy, plushy sweater, I would just steer away from companies that are known for having bad material and possibly some bad business ethics. But I don't know. You do you. You're all grown-ups. Live your best life. Well, I think we all know who this is by now. And I don't know. I think someone's getting a little concerned because she does a lot of these streams and Snapchats and live videos that are for all the consultants to see. And this is one of them, and I'm not going to play it or go into any great detail. But just all you got to do is just read a little bit there on the left, okay? Remember, some of you aren't thinking like, you've got to think like a business owner. What is in stock that I can purchase and order right now? Okay, so wow, I mean, any of you out there who are in marketing and sales and you know how that stuff works, does this smell kind of desperate to you? Because it does to me. This doesn't seem like someone who's terribly confident in how well the business is going. It's like just encouraging consultants to hurry up and buy more stuff, right? And we already have learned that the majority of the money made from companies like this are from the consultants buying their stock. So, ooh, that's not a good look. Oh. Three things I need to point out about this. Number one, the pockets. Oh, there's 4 things. Number one, the pockets. What the heck? They just smacked them on there. They didn't even try to line them up with the stripes. Look, it's... I would have done a better job, and that is saying a lot. Number 2, the shape of it. I know it's supposed to be some sort of like overthrow cardigan. Wow, I'm good with words, you guys, but like a cardigan type thing, something you put over as like a little sweater, all right? But it's got that classic circus tent shape that I apparently love to point out, because I am convinced that that is the only shape that they actually make their clothes in, even though we have seen different names, lots of different names. I think they're all actually this shape. It's just a big trick. Okay, and then, ooh, the sleeves. Why are the sleeves so small? This is something that they tend to do. They have, with the shirts will have these huge billowing masses of fabric. And then the sleeves, I think they must have run out, and then they're like, oh crap, we still have to make the sleeves. So then they just have these little like straws for sleeves. I mean, my arms wouldn't fit in there, okay? Not in a million years. And then at the same time, like, how can something simultaneously be too small and also way too big? How? And then $55? Absolutely not. And you can tell that's going to be that thin, wrinkly material we've discussed before. It's not going to be a nice thick cardigan. It's not going to actually keep you warm. It's going to be like pillowcase material. I'm sorry, those pockets. I can't get over those pockets. The sheer level of crookedness. It's outrageous. I mean, I know that they don't try, but this one, they really just wanted you to know that they didn't try. They're like, we know that you know that we know that you know, but like, do you really know? Now you do. It's time for everyone's favorite segment of the video. It's time for the wholesome moment of the day. Let's see who you guys sent over. The animal featured in today's video is going to be Fiona, but with an S. And this was sent over by Morgan. Thank you so much, Morgan. And Morgan actually was one of the Reddit posters, one of the OPs that I actually had clipped from to use in one of my videos. So thank you, Morgan, for not only the content, but this adorable kitty. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read the email that she sent along with the photo. Here is a story of Fiona, like Fiona, but with an S. I had finally moved into a place that allowed cats, and for my birthday, we went to the local Humane Society. Apparently, there was a large adoption event shortly before we arrived, so there were only a few kitties left. I had my heart set on a young cat, so I was dismayed to walk in and only see empty rooms. The only cats left were very old with many health issues or aggressive. We almost left when I noticed movement in a low corner kennel. This fat calico was burrowing under a blanket, and she looked at us with her big eyes. It was instant love, and we brought her home that day. Siona was 12 when we adopted her and will turn 15 this winter. She is diagnosed with heart failure, so we do the best we can to spoil and love her during the time she has left. She shows affection by licking you, especially at 2 a.m. That is a cat thing, I swear. My cat does the same thing. At 2 a.m. she decides she wants to like get on my chest and purr all over my face, and I guess I appreciate it, but I'm sleeping, and so it just kind of suffocates me. But it's funny to know that that is kind of a cat behavior. And thank you so much for sharing this, Morgan. And you really have done a wonderful thing adopting a sweet old kitty and giving her a really comfy rest of her life. That's what every golden girl deserves, to live in the lap of luxury and just get nice and chunky on a pile of blankets. Heaven. And if you're looking to get a new member of your family, I definitely recommend to Adopt Not Shop. Check out your local shelters, your local humane societies, donate if you can, volunteer if you can, and don't forget to spay and neuter your pets. And if you want to see a photo of your pets here, then go and send it to my email, which is in my channel description. It's also theburrowingfox@gmail.com. Go ahead and send me an email, and you will see your pets here eventually. Alright, Foxtrotters, that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked that video, please hit that like button down below. If you have any good comments or suggestions, please leave that down below as well. I love to hear what you have to say, and I love interacting with you all. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button and become a Foxtrotter. Come join the den. Den Mother would love to have you. And I'm going to link my Patreon here somewhere for you to check it out, and if not, no big deal. I'm just glad you came to spend some time with me. Alright, folks, I hope you enjoyed that video. I know it started off on a really odd, motherly way, and forgive me for that. I just felt compelled to do so. There it is. And that LuLaNo video made me feel like 10 times better. I hope if you are having a day, I hope it did the same. I hope if you're having a good day, I hope it made it a better day. I just hope in general that everyone, wherever you are, I hope all of my Foxtrotters are just doing wonderful. And as always, folks, until the next video, take care.